Jeff Gersman.
Hello, Jason.
Bring it. What you got?
I don't want
Bring it right here.
No, that's
Come on.
That's okay. I'm not really into.
Let's prance.
Well, I mean, okay, prancing is my specialty. You know that.
Hey, we're checking out Monster Hunter. This is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
Okay.
New to the 3DS and only the 3DS system.
As far as Ultimate is concerned, right?
Correct.
Because
yeah.
4 came out for, like, was it the Wii and then eventually also the Wii U?
Incorrect. That would be Monster Hunter 3U.
Okay.
So try and then try Ultimate.
Okay, so
4 came out in Japan last year, and now this is the super awesome Ultimate Edition.
Okay, so 4 was always 3DS then?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
got it.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, that's my little dude.
Yeah.
He's a Palico.
Uh-huh.
Let's go into my house. We're gonna prep for a hunt because we hunt monsters in this game.
Oh.
This is my cat that I named Macho after the cat that Dan adopted, and then he didn't abandon. He gave it to a friend. He couldn't take care of a cat.
That's yeah. No, I could have told you that.
This is my room. This is my Poogie. What's up, Jeff? What's your experience with the Monster Hunter series?
I occasionally glance at it and think, man, this seems
Sounds
incredibly
dumb, right?
unappealing.
Okay.
I tried playing it a handful of times over the years.
Oh Jesus, he didn't like being petted that long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the monsters run away, and then you have to chase them.
They totally do.
And then I'm like...
That's not fun to you?
And then I'm like, nah, that's cool.
Well, what you should do is you should paint them with a paintball so you can follow them wherever they go.
Okay.
Or you can actually lay down some traps for them and stuff. There's so many different ways to hunt monsters. Let's go hunt one right now, actually. So this is a guy that I had to create on this 3DS capture unit.
So this is not your main game? No. This is a little earlier on than you are?
Yeah, considerably. So I'm about 50 hours into the main game itself.
Yeah.
Still loving the hell out of it. But in order to do this quick look, we have to use like a physical capture device and stuff, so
yeah,
there's not much going on.
Right
now I'm kind of pigeonholed. Like I have to do this urgent quest in order to unlock more things in my village here. More things being, you know, more trade routes so I can get different items and stuff like that.
Such dedication.
There's a lot of busy work to be done in Monster Hunter. So
yeah.
If that's your sort of thing, there's plenty of it. I prefer the hunting, and in order to prepare for a hunt, you gotta make sure that you're well fed. So let's try, what do you think? Some scale fish?
Some of that stuff is fresh, like that might
That's true, that will give you some additional benefits. So once you choose these two, you can kind of scroll over and find out what exactly it's gonna give you, depending on how it's served. So if I went right for the fresh...
Does this just boost you for the next upcoming hunt? These aren't full-time stat upgrades? It's just
not
like
full-time, nope.
Perks you want to take into the next encounter.
I like Feline Defender because, yeah, it increases my damage taken, or decreases the damage taken considerably, and then prevents fainting one time.
Okay.
So the bottom was usually random, but the fixed skills are, you know, always well fixed. So let's go with that. We're gonna eat up. This does not seem sanitary at all. I don't know if you've ever had a meal fixed by a cat, but...
I mean, not lately.
Okay.
But, you know, whatever. People buy food from trucks now.
Well, that's true.
You know, who cares?
There could be cats in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Trucks aren't sanitary.
I'm sure the cats work cheap, too. All right, so health and defense increased. And we'll see that reflected once we actually get in here. So I've accepted that urgent quest. We gotta hunt a Quechawala? Quechawacha?
No, Quechawacha.
Quechawacha. And he is one of the new monsters to the series, which is nice to see because Monster Hunter tends to tread the same ground.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've noticed. You know, just as an outsider looking in, it's always been really like the differences are never apparent. It's just like, okay, yeah, no, you gotta get wet. You gotta have to carry all this shit, and then run into battle, and then the areas are kind of weird, and it's just, yeah, I don't know.
I gotcha.
I can't.
I got you. Dude, this is a tough nut to crack, and it's taken me this many games to, like, finally feel
like... Is this
like
the first one where you feel like you've got a solid handle on it, and you're really enjoying it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I tend to peter out on these games pretty quick because there's a lot of grinding involved, and it's really, you know, it really shines when you're playing multiplayer, and that's kind of hard to coordinate all the time. But this game in particular, I'm gonna show you a little trick here, actually. We're gonna gather this honey.
Okay.
I know this sounds boring, but there's a really good
I mean,
reason
whatever.
for it.
You gotta get stuff. There's nothing wrong with getting stuff in games. I get stuff all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, towards the end game stuff, that's when it gets super challenging, and that's when the game really opens up.
It seems like it just requires a level of precision and
dedication.
tactical prowess from a team.
Yep.
In cases.
Yeah, it totally can.
Yeah.
And I don't always have that luxury. But this game, I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's a little more geared towards beginners. Like it holds your hand a little bit more.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Is this game literally just drawing a D-pad on the screen to let you know which direction you're pushing in when you push in it?
Yeah, and actually I welcome it because camera movement is handled with the touchpad here.
Oh, okay, so that's actually that's actually a camera control. Got
Correct.
it. Okay, I thought it was just it moved when you moved and let you know.
No.
Hey, you pushed left, so did this. Like that. Okay, great. Nope, totally.
So check it out. The bottom screen is actually really, really helpful. If we can take a look at that. Yeah, we are. So we can customize any of those panels and change it up to whatever we want. Lots of control over that. So the second screen, as much as I don't particularly like playing on a 3DS, it doesn't look that great. I like the second screen functionality. That's been really helpful.
Yeah, seems like it would make a great Wii U game.
So yeah, it was actually.
But was 4?
What 4 was not Wii U,
yeah.
But Tri and
Yes.
Tri Ultimate were on the Wii. Well,
They
Tri
came to
Ultimate
both.
was on Wii U. Yeah. What I want to do, remember that honey we picked up?
I do.
So we got some first aid meds in that that chest.
Yeah.
But they're really underpowered. So we want to combine them with the honey. That failed. And that'll give us much stronger potions. Which will be helpful because I've only fought this guy a few times, and I don't really know his attack patterns and stuff. So that's one of the more fun things in Monster Hunter for me. Like, I actually like the slow-paced, kind of methodical, tactical combat. In a lot of ways, to me, it's like a really slow fighting game, if that makes any sense. So you've got like recovery frames and invincibility stuff that you've got to worry about.
Well, the movement's very deliberate and it forces you to not just flail around like a maniac, too, right?
Correct. Yeah, that'll get you messed up quick.
Yeah.
So we still
As
got to
someone
find
who
this
occasionally
guy.
likes to flail around like a maniac, that's something of a turnoff.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like 2 levels to this. There's like a higher and a lower level.
So you're up and you're down.
Yep, that's one of the big changes to Monster Hunter 4 is they've added a lot of verticality to the environments, and that will factor into a lot of the boss fights.
So you're currently looking for
your
prey, right?
Yeah, and I think he actually shows up in 2, and I took the long way around. But like I'm trying to look at this bottom screen here for the map because I've got to like put my thumb on it. Here we go. This is also something that's kind of new. They've always had like cinematics to like introduce the new monsters, but they've never had your character in it. So this is like real time, a little bit of immersion. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. How much control do you have of your character? I mean, do you have to pick specializations when you create the character, or is it like?
Not at all. You're pretty much a blank slate. So you don't level up in Monster Hunter at all. It's all based on what kind of gear you get. The gear's going to have resistances to various elements and whatnot.
And then you're going to decide if you want it to be sword and shield, or like different types.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it'll kind of boil down to melee characters and then like bow guns and shit like that. But the various weapons types are very different. Oh god.
Does this guy have a weak spot that you need to be aware of?
Well, you saw that I bounced off his front part there. This is really hard to play and talk about. There we go. So there's a targeting computer, which is which is kind of new to the series. Yeah.
Like lock-on stuff?
Yep.
Or,
That sumbitch is just laughing at me.
Okay.
So, I dig this this long blade here. You can't block with it, but you can power it up. You see that little meter, the red one,
Yes.
underneath the sword? So I'm building that up with each hit. And once that gets to the top, then I can unleash something that'll power it up to level 2. And so on and so forth. There we go. So now we got to try and get this guy in a spot where he's going to be vulnerable for a while. Let's try this. So nope. If I hit with the last hit of that combo, it'll power up to level 2. Meanwhile, my little cat dude
This is just getting like taunting or something.
Yep, pretty much. And he'll heal me and stuff too. Like it's you can have you can end up hiring a bunch of different palicos. You can find them, you know, in the environment, and they have different skills and specialties.
Do they come with you when you're playing multiplayer, or are they kind of there as like an assist when you're playing alone?
Usually when you're alone.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're playing online, you can play, you know, with up to 4 people. They just can't, you know, have 4 people plus, you know, 2 palicos each. All right. See there, he healed me there. Okay. All right, we're going for it. One more hit. There we go. So now we're doing considerably more damage to the guy. Not that we can really tell.
I was gonna say, is there a life meter, or you just kind of have to watch the motions and
yeah,
sense?
Exactly. That's one of the weird things about Monster Hunter. It's like it's unconventional in a lot of, you know, action game tropes, I guess. You know, there's no life meters for the bosses. You know, there's no like traditional lock-on type thing.
Well, it makes sense if they want to like really focus on this like hunting experience. That like that's part of it. Is like, you know, you don't always know how powerful something is, or if it's hurt or whatever. You have to kind of keep your eye on it and say like, oh, it's limping, it's doing this or whatever, right?
Exactly. So if he's like out of stamina, he'll start like drooling and stuff, and you're waiting for that limp though. We should probably heal up. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, you've been taking it for a little while here.
And also, I can't use items while I have my weapon drawn, so I've got to like find a safe spot here. Make sure that he's not looking at me. Oh God, he's looking at me. Stop looking at me. I'm gonna go down here, and hopefully we'll have time
to quaff.
Yep.
Yeah.
We done quaffed. All right. You know what else I need to do? We were talking about it before.
Sharpen your weapon.
That's gonna come too. Especially these long swords.
Oh, you gotta mark him before he takes off?
You're damn right. See? Yeah. You're learning. Imagine
yeah, it's, you know, like I kind of picked up the basic flow of this game a while ago, and then decided like this is not
for you.
No. Yeah.
It's one of those like I can't even call it like an acquired taste. You know, either you get it right away.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I don't know if there's anything necessarily like getting it right away, because you do have to kind of hammer your face against it for a while to pick up on some of this stuff. Well, I guess maybe at this point they've made it easier, right?
Yep. I got into it right away. I've been playing it since the first incarnation.
What is your favorite Monster Hunter type game? Is it this? Is it an actual Monster Hunter game, or are you into something else?
I do. Yeah, there's been a lot of different Monster Hunter style games.
It's every Vita game coming out in Japan is just this in a slightly different configuration
and slightly different degrees of success, usually on the bad side.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the stuff like, you know, Tokiden, Freedom Wars, which came out recently as well, which was pretty close to being good. Where'd he go? He's down there. But I really like God Eater. That's one of the few franchises that actually do something a little bit cooler.
What was the game? I want to say Concept worked on it. It had the talking book. Came out for Vita.
Soul Sacrifice.
Soul Sacrifice,
right? Not a fan of that.
Nope.
I played that one for review. Oh my God! And I was glad to put that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody's trying just so hard to capture this Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just such big business. It's got to be one of the things that's keeping Capcom going.
Yeah, over in Japan.
Yeah.
And especially on the 3DS. Like, it's worked so well for them over there. Over here, you've got to have Wi-Fi connections and stuff.
Right.
There, it's all local. But, yeah, in this version, this is the first 3DS that actually utilizes Wi-Fi connections, so you can actually play over the internet.
Ah, okay.
Which has been working out pretty well. There's been a few hiccups here and there. Oh shit, he's frenzied. He's pissed off.
Oh.
He's hiding his face. Look at that. Oh, get out of there.
Oh, well, how's it go?
So check this out.
Yeah. All right.
This is another new thing. So you can mount these guys now. And then they try and buck you off. You got to hold R while they're doing that. And then as soon as it turns green, I can start slashing away again.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Hopefully we'll see the benefit. There we go. All right. So that's part of the sub-quest, is to just mess him up while you're mounted. So he's super stunned. He's really messed up right now.
You're...
There we go.
I feel bad for this animal that you are murdering.
Feels so good. Look at that.
You're a murderer. You're Ted Nugent with a really long sword over here.
So you may think, well, so while that's going on in a multiplayer game, if anybody hits the monster while that's happening, it'll completely kill the animation, which is kind of poopy.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does. But it's also a good time for them to sharpen the weapons or plant a bomb maybe or whatever.
How has the multiplayer been? Playing with random people, is that like viable, or does everyone have to be so on their shit and in sync that you can't really?
It's completely hit or miss. Yeah. Like you can have some people that are using like a hammer, and bear in mind, this is also something that's kind of unconventional. There's a lot of friendly fire. So if you've got somebody with a hammer just swinging wildly, they're going to knock you on your ass. There's a weird benefit to that though in this game because of that mounting thing. Yeah. Like if a hammer knocks you up in the air, you actually have a chance to land on the enemy. So you can kind of coordinate that way. So if you don't have like terrain that you can jump off of, that may be one way of helping someone out. But yeah, you'll definitely get people that don't really know what they're doing. I might be one of those people.
It can be hard to tell.
Yeah, but when you're in a good group, the game's super fun. It's on points. I really want to kill this dude. And he's just eating. I can probably slash his ass.
Alright. Do you know if this has right stick support on a new 3DS?
It does, actually. Okay. Yeah, I got to try a little bit of that. You guys got the new 3DSs, but yeah, we put a code on Dan's 3DS, and I got to play it for a little bit. And I'm not going to go back to these touch screen controls at all. They've always had the Circle Pad Pro available in the US for the smaller 3DSs.
But never the XL.
Yeah, not the XL. You could import it, which I've done, but...
Oh, did they do an LL version of the Circle Pad Pro over there?
They did indeed, yeah. You can find them for about the same price, too.
Yeah, yeah. Just slightly more plastic.
Yep. Oh, he's pissed off again. I really just want to end this. I should sharpen, though. All right, Macho. You take care of that guy. Here we go.
He's tanking him for you.
Here we go. We're locked into this animation, too.
Maximum sharpness.
Here we go.
Razor blade sharp, son.
Perfect. Was he limping? It looked like he was limping.
He was.
Yep. Oh, it's time, buddy. It's time.
Yeah.
We just gotta follow him. Oh, God. Go ahead, fly away. Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. That's why paintballing is so
There's all these
crucial.
Numbered areas. Yeah, it's yeah.
After a while, once you get used to the areas, you really don't even use the map that much anymore. Oh God. I wonder if I'll try this. So there's been a couple monsters.
Land on them or something?
Yeah, check this out. Check the friggin' tail.
Oh, all right. Made him fall on his head, probably. That's
one of the cool moments that I had against a different monster. It had stuck itself to the ceiling, and I couldn't reach it because I wasn't using like a bow gun or anything like that. So there were icicles on the top of the stage. So I just crawled up the side of the wall, and I jumped over and automatically grabbed one of those icicles and kept doing that a few times until I was close enough to knock him off. So that stuff is like really new to me, and it may not seem like much to you, but it's definitely one of the improvements and changes.
Yeah.
that they have taken in this game.
I feel like people have tried to get me into this by saying like, "Oh, it's like Phantasy Star Online," and I
kind
keep on
of,
saying,
I mean,
like, no,
yeah,
like not in the ways that I would want. Like,
yeah, action's
I get it
different.
that it's, you know, the way the areas kind of get laid out and some of that stuff, but no.
It's like, wow, you get, yeah, 4 people playing at the same time. That's pretty close, I guess. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I was a big Phantasy Star guy as well, but I don't get that vibe at all. Oh God. He's pissed again, but
if
he's
anything,
so
I feel
close.
like, you know, this is a game just because of the way the animations work and stuff like that. I think that in my mind, there's like some Dark Souls crossover.
A little bit. Yeah, I was gonna make that comparison at some point too. Like, you know, there's a lot of just like arcane knowledge out there that's kind of buried on some fucking website.
Yeah.
With Dark Souls, I don't like digging that stuff up. I like finding it on my own. In this, it's necessary.
Well, with this, you know, you might be playing multiplayer and you don't want to let the team down and all this other stuff. Like, you got to come knowing your shit.
True.
Unless you're playing with the same crew and you're all figuring it out or something. But that's, yeah, I can see why there would be a difference there.
But other than that, there's so many different, like, you know, item combinations. You saw me mix like that, the first aid potion and the honey. But like shit like that, there's so many different things that you've got to know about, you know. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time, I think. All right. It's freaking out.
All right.
So I can't go in. God damn it! But we got him though, Jeff. I know we do.
Yeah, he seems shook.
Get out.
He's definitely on tilt.
I'm having such a tough time with these camera things. Oh, jeez.
So is the lock on not worth?
It just points you towards him.
Okay.
So you can't just like hold down the lock on button
Okay.
and, you know, circle strafe around him or anything. He's not that pissed off anymore. So, oh god damn it! This would be a whole lot more fun in a group. Oh god. We're having trouble here. I should paint him again.
Oh, does the paint wear off?
Yep.
Of course it does. Everything wears off in this game.
Got him. Come on down. Oh. Yes!
All right.
Also, something that's new is I can skip this long-ass animation if this 3DS was responding. It's not. The touchscreen sucks.
Oh, did you don't get items, or you don't have to skin him or anything like that? Or
Oh, I do.
Okay, all right.
Check out me carve. I'll always
Jumbo
be carving.
bone.
Always be carving. If you want to carve faster, you crouch first.
Good to know.
All right, we got a long bone. I don't give two shits about these jaggies over here. So then you got to wait what is it?
60 seconds or something to go back. Yeah. So you don't have a lot of time to get your skin on.
Yep. You got plenty of time to get your skin on, which is nice if somebody in your group dies and they're still like running to, you know, the area.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in here, bones and stuff. Ooh.
Mystery bone.
Ooh, mystery bone.
Take that to the owl in the museum. He'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, some of the stuff we picked up in that chest at the beginning we have to return, like the first aid kits and that junk.
Even though you honeyed them all up, made them all goopy and gross.
Gotta give them back.
Sorry, I accidentally spilled honey all over these Band-Aids, but I guess you can still have them back.
So look at all this crap. Pelts and long bones, and none of this means absolutely anything.
Like, you can't craft with any of that shit?
Totally can, and yeah, so another, you know, difference between this and like Phantasy Star, you know, other loot style games is that, you know, you don't get a ton of just straight up items that you can use right away.
Right, it's all
they're out there, but yeah, you primarily have to craft.
You got some zenny.
Damn right.
I like to think that this is set just like in the same world as Forgotten Worlds.
Sure.
Just a millennia apart or something, but they still are using zenny.
It's weird. This is the first one that's actually had like a cohesive storyline, which is weird. Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of fleshing out some of the some of the characters. So that caravan that we're seeing right now, each of those carts are like, a character, like an NPC that handles a different thing. Like, the cat's cook, this guy's your trade route. He'll multiply items for you. The Wycoon. It's like, leave your shit here. I'll get you more shit.
Seems reasonable.
You can trade in stuff. You see how fast I'm going through that text?
Yeah.
That's new too.
Oh.
There's an option where you can actually, because before it was just like
Yeah.
super annoying. Yeah. So we get to go to a new area. But first, let's see. I want to get a new weapon. So we've got to craft that. Right now, I've got some Jaggy armor. We'll take a look at my equipment here. Jaggy helm. I almost have a full set.
Yeah. Is there any kind of set bonus for
Totally.
completing the set?
Yep.
Okay.
So each of these, it gives me like a +1 or +2, so on and so forth. That does not immediately kick in. You've got to actually get +10 in order to get the benefit. And right now,
so you have to get it all to total up.
yeah, like right now I've got my stun at 9. And it won't actually activate until it's 10. That's something that took me like forever to learn.
That's
and
insane.
Yeah.
Because that's insane. Is why.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But once I know, or now that I know, I feel a lot better about it. And sometimes it'll give you like negative effects, but you can actually add decorations in order to kind of counteract those negative effects. We're going to upgrade stuff. So I spent like 2 hours today trying to get enough stuff for this. This is one of the new weapons.
Elite Blade Plus.
Yeah, this
All
is
right.
a charge blade. I think yeah, we're gonna make that.
Okay.
I was looking all over for monster fluid, man.
Gross.
It's a pain in the ass.
Ugh. Also gross.
There we go. There's 2 new weapons in the game. The charge blade here, and there's also an insect glaive. Insect glaive is
Like a throne glaive, like kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Well, yeah, it's like a big staff, right? And then you spin it around, and it'll actually shoot
Okay.
insects at it. So if you hit enemies in like specific areas, you'll get a different type of stat bonus from them. It's very confusing.
Yeah. This cowboy is psyched.
As it turns out, Monster Hunter is a little complicated.
Yeah, I bet. That's.
But once you crack that nut, Jeff, it's so much fun. Oh, we're moving now. That's right. Backing up is my guild lady. She gives me my jobs. When villagers are like, "Oh God, these stupid jaggies are eating my crops and my cows.
No.
I need you to go kill them." Look at how silly. The humor in the Monster Hunter series, kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes borderline asinine. There's a lot of puns, but some of the dialogue is pretty funny. They're pretty self-aware and
Yeah.
self-deprecating at times. Like a cat. Seriously, like.
It's a good
Total
looking video.
hairnet.
Wow.
I know, right? I don't think I can skip it either. I honestly wasn't expecting a cutscene. I apologize. We're gonna have to weather it with me.
Oh no. He slipped on the fish.
What? You know who that guy is? The Man. That's his name. The Man.
He's the man.
He makes shit for you. It's great. They also speak like Monster Hunterese.
Like Simlish, kind of, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go, just traveling the trail. I really want to skip this.
Yeah, well, it'll be over soon enough.
So I put in about 50 hours so far, right? And
Yeah.
I got to a point last night where it seemed like this is it. We are wrapping up, saying goodbyes to everybody. Turns out I'm only like halfway through the storyline.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. But then, after, it's not really about the storyline, though, is it? It's about kind of just taking on these missions over and over again.
They've been pretty
With
varied.
with multiple players and kind of just getting bones and making stuff, right? There's no...
Kind of, sort of. So the single player offline stuff is pretty segmented from the online. You're going to get a little bit of overlap in the missions, but they're definitely two different paths.
Oh, okay. Same character, though. You take your gear
Yep.
and stuff
Back and forth.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So the online missions are considerably harder. I'm just going to skip through a lot of this junk. And the offline stuff will unlock some of these NPCs and let you level up things like food ingredients for your cat. So it's pretty important that you go through the offline stuff. Much to the chagrin of people who've played this sort of game a lot.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks that you've got to go down both paths to get this. What should we do? Here come the quests. Number 3. Let's see, we already did that. We can do a harvest tour. That doesn't sound fun at all.
So even though you went to a new location, that quest is still showing up as doable?
It was yep. You can repeat the quest to...
So it doesn't... It's not like, hey, you're in Act 2 now, all the Act 1 quests are gone, like
Nope.
Diablo 3 or something. It's like it's whole... Okay.
Keep doing...
Okay.
Whatever. We gotta go meet the chief. There he is. What's up, man? He's like, oh God, we're so depressed. The volcano's plugged up. We can't do our work. Fix it.
I hate when that happens.
So I'm looking for another guy to talk to. Oh, hello. Little Miss Forge. She's explaining what I just explained to me. Or to you. There we go. Now we'll get a cool new quest. I promise. We're gonna hunt this Tetsukabra.
Okay.
Maybe? Yep. We can do those. But yeah,
Wound his jaw. It's
do
a
it.
sub-quest there.
we might not make it. What do we do before we go on a quest?
We eat and
Yep.
we get some first aid kits and shit.
Yep. We're just gonna go this route again. Because it's easy.
Alright.
Alright, we already saw this animation.
Do you have to pay Zenny to eat, or is it just sort of...
You have some options, primarily Zenny. There's also Caravan Points, which are just kind of like a side point system that you can spend for resources, you know, and you get those on quests as well. But also you can get vouchers, which are good for multiplayer because a voucher will actually, when I eat, it'll work for everybody.
Oh. How many of the missions have time limits like that?
All of them.
Okay.
Every
I found that
single
was
damn
one of the things, like, early going in a Monster Hunter game that really made me crazy.
It's
was
strange.
like, I'm still trying to figure out the mechanics and stuff, and I'm not beating these monsters within 50 minutes.
Right.
You know, or within the time limit presented. And then just failing out, or, you know, just so frustrating, and just so against the notion of, like, learning the way the game plays and stuff that it was really...
It's very limiting.
Yeah, it was always a bummer for me.
I can't say that I've ever, not anytime recently, have I gone up against that time limit.
I bet it's one of those things, like, once you get it, it's never going to be a problem.
Another weird thing is that you can't just exit out of the quest. You have to abandon it, and that has some detriment. But one of the new things is that everything has a subquest. So once you complete that objective, you can end via subquests without detriment. Little different. Still just as weird. You want to mine stuff?
Absolutely.
Earth crystal.
Okay.
Yep. My
pickaxe
pickaxe
broke.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to maintain and be aware of.
Yeah.
I can see where that's not fun.
Yeah, item maintenance, another one of my kind of personal pet peeves.
For whatever reason, I don't seem to mind it in this game. But man, you give me like a Dead Island, you know, where weapons break after a while.
No,
pisses me off.
That was
I hate it.
the first, or not the first, but when I kind of felt myself hitting a wall with dying light and I wasn't enjoying it anymore, I went the cheat engine route. And
Oh, yeah.
turned on infinite durability that way.
That sounds super fun.
It was it was more entertaining after that.
I would have played that then.
But still not.
I get you.
It did not bring me to the end of the game. How about that?
I completely
It brought me through a few more missions, and I was like,
There we go.
well, now I've gone and made it too easy. There's no middle ground here. I've really screwed it up. Anyway.
If I was more experienced, like I would know exactly where this guy is, and we would just go straight there, but I'm not. Where'd we come from?
Are there any, like, can you look for tracks? Are there ways to stalk the monster and try to narrow down which area it's in, or you just literally just have to run around and figure out where the hell he is?
A little bit of guesswork, depending on what kind of monster. You know, he might start in a certain area. There are skills that you can get when you're eating, or there's actually items that you can use as well, called like an oracle, and it'll show you exactly where it is on the map just at the beginning. Nothing here.
Is this the same map every time? How many different maps like this are there?
Good question. I think there's 4 or 5 different villages, each with their own, like, you know, specific map.
Okay.
There's a couple times where this stuff like overlaps, like this map, but it's in like a volcano or something like that. It seems like few and far between, but it does.
Is it ever worth it to kill any of the kind of the smaller creatures, or you just kind of leave them alone?
At the beginning, it's not a bad idea. Like these guys, I can get raw meat from, and then I can cook that raw meat to make these steaks that I have, and that'll like max out your stamina. But I'm a few hours in, so I've got a lot of that stuff already.
Yeah.
Oop, I want to go down this way. No. Yes. Yes. We're just going to retread this stuff. So there'll be missions that are, you know, where you've got to go out and, you know, kill a specific monster. But there's also like gathering missions, which I'm sure sound really fun. Where you kind of have, you know, free reign on, you know, the entire area to just go and mine rocks or pick mushrooms and crap like that. Which admittedly does not sound all that fun, but you can make some really cool items from that stuff. Once you've looked up how to do it on the websites. Should we check down here? We didn't check down here.
I've lost track.
Me too. I haven't even shown off the new weapon yet.
Oh, that's right. Was it a charge sword?
Yeah, charge blade.
Charge blade.
There we go. I don't believe the Tetsukapra new. I think I've seen him in some other stuff.
At the end of the game, are you just like chasing down humans?
I wish.
The most dangerous game.
Becomes Evolve, actually.
Yeah.
Jaggies, I don't give no fucking. Oh God.
All right.
He's a little scarier than that goofy monkey we fought.
I don't know. He kind of looks like a Skylander.
Oh God, I can't unsee that now. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
He burps. Oh, he's stinky. What would his Skylander name be? Stupid Jaw Face?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Rock Jaw.
Rock Jaw. That's good. Oop. Gotta paint your butt. Alright, Charge Blade. Kind of works the same way that the longsword does. Wow, okay, I'm right inside of him. As I attack him, I get my little vials filled up.
Yeah.
And then once they're up to red or yellow, I can actually charge them. And now we can unleash some stuff. This big friggin' axe. I'm gonna put in his stupid face. I just messed him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wanted you to injure his jaw.
Yep.
You were to wound his jaw.
We'll get there. Oh God.
Meounted like a pro. How I feel about that.
I don't feel very good about this R button.
Yeah.
Alright, now we'll go for the jaw.
Like, I'm not a doctor, but I think the jaw's at the other end of him.
Yep. I'll take what I can get though.
Okay.
For a while. Oh, there's a glowy.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's a glowy. I have to get the glowy, Jeff.
Is it more important than the monster?
I have to get the glowy. It probably isn't. Okay, move away from the glowy. Yeah, go after the cat. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. That was not... Okay.
There you go. Now you got it.
I'm going for it. Get it, get it, get it. Yes! I don't know what that's
You found
even
a
good
toad
for.
tier. Good stuff.
I have no idea if that's good for anything.
All right.
But I couldn't help myself. Oh, I don't think we're doing very well.
Did your sword get really big and turn into an axe all of a sudden?
Yep, I changed it.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's charge blade is really strange.
Oh god, that was not good at all. I'm just gonna.
Well, you got that
this
toad
quest
here,
now.
so
I just wanted to show off the new weapon and the environment.
yeah, sure. Oh wow, that's
I ran out of health.
yeah.
She calls me Doodle.
All right.
Go back to town.
Oh,
All right, we're gonna go to the hunting hall just real quick.
okay.
I'm gonna show that
The
off.
Hall of Hunters.
Yeah, Hall of Hunters.
Hall of Hunting.
This should show you real quickly what the multiplayer scenario is, where you're going to be spending an awful lot of time.
Yes, this is where I'm going to be spending an awful lot of time.
Yep.
All right.
You should get this game, Jeff. We could play together, you and I.
I don't.
I would hold your hand. I would help you out. I could power level you. Check out this world map. This shit's new.
Okay.
So as new locations pop up, you can just fast travel to them. This is also new, this expedition stuff. This kind of takes place of, this is going to mean absolutely nothing to you, but the free hunts that were in Try, where you could just kind of go in the area and sometimes cool baddies would show up.
Ah, okay.
So this is that. It's now called an expedition.
Is that a good place to go if you want to just go grind to get steaks and stuff?
Yeah,
too?
it can be, yeah. You can also get a lot of village or caravan points. Here's our gathering hall. So this is where you would change your online status. You can search for open rooms. Let's do that. So I can change my status to online multiplayer. See if anybody's out there. Game's not quite out yet. Let's find. You put in passcodes, like 4 digits things. Look at that. People are out there.
Anyone is welcome.
Yep. Durga's out there.
Looking to
There's
rage
Jerry
her.
or Gary. There's a lot of people. I'm used to seeing like 1 or 2 rooms out there, so this is good.
Are we just awake and playing when Japan is playing, perhaps?
That very well could be. Darkanto 77. Okay, but I'll show you some of the quests that you can pick from here. So there's also arena stuff where you can team up with another dude and just like in a single room just fight a monster for cool spoils, which is fun. Guild quests, which are like those expedition things that I was just talking about, and special event quests that are like DLC, where you get special items and stuff. There we go. So a lot of things available, but they're all considerably harder. You'll fight monsters sooner here in the online mode,
okay. Yeah.
which is nice because you can actually get better weapons before going back to the solo stuff to tackle that.
This kind of makes sense to go back and forth between the two. Kind of start offline to get some early gear, and then head online, go back.
Yeah, I played for a couple hours on this just to unlock some basic stuff. Went online to fight some bigger stuff like the Great Jaggy, and got like most of that gear, and then enough stuff to make this big switchblade. Not switchblade. What the hell?
Charge blade.
Charge blade. Charge blade. There we go.
Cool.
But yeah, dude, I'm 50 hours in, and I probably got another 200, 300 hours in me. So I know. Once I fall in, I fall in pretty.
Look, that's a lot of hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Putting that out there for you.
And I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, cool. Well,
But we have to wave goodbye. Wait, do I want to taunt? No, we're just gonna wave. There we go.
okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for hunting monsters with me.
Yes,
Thanks
the hunt
for-
was successful.
Thanks for not being a huge jerk, 'cause I know you don't like the series, but
It is what it is. I
I like it.
I don't.
I know.
There you go.
I love it. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. See ya.